emergency dance party! Oh, not you. This is for my students in the classroom. As an academic director and former classroom teacher who has taught in public, private, and charter schools with students from pre-K all the way through college, I have seen a lot of classroom chaos. And I've learned one thing. When traditional strategies fail, it's time to get transformative. And here's something else. I know most directors aren't in the classroom much, but for me, I always have to be in it. It's how I stay connected to what's going on in the classroom, so I choose to teach a class or two. It's also how I lead from experience. So let me take you back. Here I am about a month before summer, teaching language arts to third graders, and I can feel it. The post-lunch slump has arrived. I press the space bar to move to the next slide and watch a few students slowly melt into their chairs, heads down, eyes glazed over. I can count the weeks until summer's freedom, and so can they. But first, we have to get through finals. And if I don't shift the energy now, I will lose them to that countdown. So, I cue up my Bluetooth speaker, casually dim the lights, and hit play. Bass, guitar. And when the beat drops, I flick on the party lights and shout, "Emergency dance party, let's go!" Yep, this is my classroom. And it's not uncommon to see this and hear this in other classrooms throughout the week. I have seen a lot that disrupts the flow of class, from lessons getting off track after returning from a fire drill, to, to students getting the energy sucked out of them after standardized testing. Do you remember the feeling you had when it was time for the review worksheet that accompanied the 45-minute documentary? I've seen instructors go with solutions like dramatic speeches, just hang in there, to pop quizzes disguised as wake-up calls. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way. We can transform the focus in the classroom with tools like emergency dance parties to help students refocus and get the work done with joy. That's the transformative model. It meets the students where they're at and offers creative options to help meet their needs in minutes. I want you to think of this transformative model like a teacher's magic wand. Fewer sparkles, more strategy. Ask your students to show how they're doing with a thumbs up or down in between PowerPoint slides. Or try a call and response clapping rhythm. You clap a rhythm, they clap back. I always like to use a song as a timer to help students clean up after a project. I highly recommend the theme to Mission Impossible, by the way. No fancy tools, just moments of intentional connection built into the flow of class. And let's be honest, students are carrying lots of stress and sometimes drama. Students come in with everything from anxiety they don't know how to name, they're juggling jobs, family stress. Sometimes they're overwhelmed, and other times they're checked out completely. The transformative model is built for these moments when students are unmotivated, unfocused, and hanging on by a thread. I built my model after paying attention to their body language, to how they ask for help without words, to what joy, frustration, and fatigue look like in real time. That's exactly what this is for. So, you can try these at home, and as teachers, when I say teachers, I mean anyone working with a group full of students, whether it's in school, after school programs, any environment where you're working with a group full of kids. You ready to hear four of my favorites? Yeah. All right. Now first, sticky notes. Some students just don't want to talk in front of 25 peers. Fair enough. So I keep a pad of sticky notes in my pocket. When I see a student fading, I quietly leave a question on their desk. How did you sleep last night? What did you have for lunch? Did you get a movement break today? Anything happen at home? They write back in their own time, and we get to the root of what's going on without ever putting them on the spot. Next up is the feelings pillow. Yeah, there's a pillow. When a student is overwhelmed, but they can't find the words, they head to a cozy corner, grab the pillow, and simply point to how they feel. It's nonverbal, non-intimidating, and totally normal in my classroom. Third are mental notes. For students with 1,000 thoughts bouncing around in their heads, they take a little notepad labeled mental notes. They jot down whatever thought is interrupting their focus. Here are some examples of what I've seen. That story reminds me of the time I went to Disneyland. I wonder what Mom's making for dinner tonight. Can dolphins or whales hold their breath longer underwater? Mental notes get the thoughts out and the focus back without derailing the direction of the lesson. Couldn't we all use a mental notepad? Number 4 is my favorite, emergency dance parties. When the mood tanks or the day gets heavy, I play a song and we dance it out for 3 minutes. My shyest students smile, my most energetic ones get to move, and when we all sit back down, the room feels brand new. See, these tools aren't just cute, they're transformative. They transform the classroom from a pressure cooker into a place of possibility. Because when students feel seen, supported, and safe, they don't just behave better. They learn better. They feel better. So, keep the standards, keep that structure, but also keep your playlist close, stock up on sticky notes, and don't be afraid to throw in a dance party at 117 on a Wednesday. Now remember, sometimes joy is the strategy, and sometimes it is exactly what they need. Thank you.